So in today's video, I'll be talking about the core. I'll be sharing the importance of the core during pregnancy and also share a few exercises that can be done to restore the core after having a baby. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Joyce and I'm a mom who really struggled with postpartum pain in my lower back, my hip, and my leg in the first year after having my baby. To be honest, I had no clue about what to do after having my baby. I just figured that my body would heal and everything would go back to normal, but that wasn't the case. And I share my postpartum journey on this channel, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it somewhere up there, and I really encourage you to go watch it because I talk about the struggles and I also talk about the ways that I figured out how to deal with my pain. And one of the ways was working on my core. And in today's video, I'll be talking more on the core and the ways that I was able to restore my core strength and become strong again and start living pain-free. So if you're newly postpartum, it's really important to work on the core and restore the core. And at the beginning, we need to keep it very simple. And the reason for my shirt, keeping it very simple. Very simple core exercises on the floor, nothing fancy, no planks, no crunches, no high intensity workouts, just very simple exercises that can help bring back that core strength. And later on in the video, I'll be demonstrating and sharing those exercises. So before we get into those exercises, I just want to quickly go over what really is the core. Because for me, for the longest time, I thought the core was having six packs. If you had a strong core, you had six packs. And that is not the case. Having a strong core doesn't necessarily mean you have chiseled abs or six packs. It's way deeper than that. And that is what we're going to talk about now. So to think of the core in easy and simple terms, think of it as the torso, the upper body. And to demonstrate this, we have my friend here who's going to help us understand that. So essentially, when you remove the arms and the legs and the head, her arm fell. You're left with this upper body area, and this is where your core muscles are. It's the muscles in the front, in the sides, and around the back. And in this area, you have a complex system of muscles that help support your spine and support the movements in the lower part of the body and the top part of the body. So like I said, the core is a complex system of muscles, but we're just going to look at a few of those muscles, starting with the abdominal muscles, which form the outer and top layer of the core muscles. So you have the external obliques on the side and front of the abdomen, and then the rectus abdominis, the famous six packs, on the front of the abdomen, and then the internal obliques under the external obliques and running in the opposite direction. And then deeper into the core, you find the deepest of the abdominal muscles, and this is the transverse abdominis. So now let's dive deeper into the core, looking at the deep core muscles. And here we're just going to focus on four major core muscles. Starting with the transverse abdominis, the deepest of the abdominal muscles. This muscle starts from the connective tissues of the back and wraps all the way around the sides like a corset. It provides stability of the lumbar spine and pelvis. So next is the diaphragm. This is a dome-shaped muscle that attaches to the lower part of the ribcage and the spine. This is the muscle responsible for breathing. Now at the bottom, we have the pelvic floor muscles, and these attach to the pubic bone and the sides of the pelvis. These muscles not only support the pelvic organs, but also control urination, defecation, and they stretch to accommodate the arrival of baby. Now, towards the back is the multifidus that attaches to the bones of the spine, and these muscles help to stabilize the spine. So a simple visual of these muscles is like a cylinder. So you have the diaphragm at the top, the pelvic floor muscles at the bottom, the transverse abdominis wrapping all the way around the sides, and then the back is the multifidus. So breathing initiates the natural rhythm of these deep core muscles. When we pull air into our lungs, the pelvic floor and transverse abdominis relax. So as you inhale, the pelvic floor lowers and the abdominal muscles move out. And as you exhale, the pelvic floor lifts and the abdominals draw in. So the pelvic floor, transverse abdominis, and diaphragm contract through the breathing cycle to match the demand of intra-abdominal pressure to anticipate body movements. So anytime you lift, walk, stand up, or sit down, it is the coordination of these muscles that support those movements. So now let's look at these deep core muscles during pregnancy, which is the time that they really stretch to accommodate an enlarging uterus and a growing baby. So in the first and second trimester, there may not be any noticeable changes, but from the third trimester, there's a growing stress on these muscles. As the baby's growing and pushing upwards, restricting the diaphragm, pushing outwards into the abdominal muscles, and downwards into the pelvic floor. So the stretching can really interfere with the coordination of the muscles and the ability of the core to function optimally. And this is why shallow breathing, back pain, pelvic pressure are usually common during late pregnancy. So once pregnancy is over and you've had your baby, your core muscles are left very weak and they need to be strengthened again in order to help you start living pain-free, and also to help you support your movements and support the activities that you have while taking care of your baby. So during postpartum, weak core muscles can be associated with common issues like back pain, pelvic pain, incontinence from a weak pelvic floor, or diastasis recti, which is the separation of tissue between the rectus abdominis. So it is very important that core strength is restored after having a baby. To be honest, I had no idea of this knowledge when I had my baby. And this is why I struggled for a whole year not knowing that I had a weak core and I needed to work on my core. And once I started slowly and easily working to get those muscles working in harmony again and to strengthen those that were weak, I started experiencing relief and ultimately recovery from the pain that I had in my lower back and my hip. Now, before we get into these exercises that I'm about to share, it's recommended that if you're newly postpartum, you wait until you're 6 weeks, up to 10 weeks, and even sometimes until your body feels like it's ready for exercise again. So this time can vary for different women depending on how you gave birth and how your body has started to recover after having a baby. Because sometimes if you start too soon or too hard, you can do more damage than good to your body. And it's also advised that before you attempt anything, just get a clear and an okay from your doctor or your healthcare provider so that you really are confident knowing that what you're doing is correct. So now let's get into those floor exercises on our yoga mat. And like I said, we're gonna keep it simple. So get comfortable on the yoga mat with the back in neutral spine. Now pressed on the mat, but with a slight curve. Now take the hands and just try to feel those abdominal muscles. Now we'll start with the breathing exercise. So we're going to inhale, feel the abs rise, then exhale, feel them draw in. Inhale, feel the abs rise. Exhale, feel them draw in. And as you exhale, engage the core muscles by bracing them. Inhale, then exhale, brace. So the goal of the breathing exercises is to build the rhythm of the core muscles to working together again. So if you're newly postpartum or have a weak core, you may not be able to feel the muscles just yet. But with time and consistent effort, you soon feel the engagement coming back again. So next are toe taps. So when I recorded this video, I didn't realize it, but I had really bad form. So I decided to record it again on another day. So with toe taps, it's really important that you have the correct form. Making sure that the pelvis is really still and that the hips are at 90 degrees when the leg lifts up. Lift one leg to tabletop, lower it, and tap the mat. Inhale up, exhale down, brace. Inhale up, exhale down, brace. So we'll do 5 on each leg. Inhale up, exhale down, brace. So as you do these exercises, just remember to do them at your own pace and to do as many repetitions as you're able. And as your core muscles get stronger, you'll be making progress. Then on to the next leg. Make sure that the motion is nice and controlled. Inhale up, exhale down, brace. And as simple as these exercises may seem, they are very effective when done correctly and with consistency. The next exercise are heel slides or leg slides. So we'll do 5 on each side. Inhale, exhale, brace. Inhale, exhale, brace. So just have nice and controlled motion. On to the next leg. Inhale, exhale, brace. Inhale, exhale, brace. Controlled motion. Inhale, exhale, brace. So last is a bridge exercise. We're gonna lift, inhale, lower, exhale. Lift, inhale, lower, exhale. And remember to brace as you exhale. So if you're in the early stages of postpartum and you're looking to build up your core again, your exercises will not look very fancy if you're doing them in a smart way. And even if you're a few years into postpartum and you still have weak core muscles, doing these deep core exercises is a good starting point. So I'm really glad that I got to share this knowledge with you and share these exercises because like I said, I had no clue of all this until just a few months ago when I started to really work on my core in order to recover. And I understand that every mother's journey is different and every mother's recovery time is different. So if you're struggling with postpartum pains and you don't really know where to start, maybe working on your core can be a point of starting. So if you enjoy such content, I will really encourage you to subscribe so that I keep on sharing this type of content on postpartum, on exercises, and the different activities that I'm doing to get my body stronger. So I would really love to hear about your journey in the comments down below on what are you doing to restore your body, to bring strength back into your body. Are you working on your core? What exercises are you doing? And such because these stories are very important, especially for new mothers like me who have no clue or no idea on what to do. And I was in the dark for so long, and now that I've discovered that I could do something about my pain, I'm just excited to just share and to bring awareness about postpartum. So I would love to make more videos like this, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.